Yay! Yay! All right, as the title suggests, I think, does it say it? Yeah, it does. Drawing Keelin. Now, Keelin is a young lady who worked at Walmart and apparently had these dreams about her going to work and killing her coworkers and then herself. And she confided this to a confidant, and the confidant decided, hey, I better tell somebody about this. And so she did, and she's been arrested. Yeah. Plus, she has a history of mental illness and the like and all that. So I made a Nailsin News recording of this, and it'll be featured with all its details in the Mr Nailsin Show, which should come out sometime Saturday. So anyway, I thought, hey, I'll draw her for tonight. So let's just, why piddle about? Might as well get right to it. Yes. So, oh, wait. I didn't want to do that. You hit the thing, the thing. And there we are. Look at that. Isn't that nice? It is. And I'm going to have to give up the green screen, because look how much better and, sightly it all is instead of my saturated, ghostly self, sitting in the studio that I don't really. Anyway, never mind. Okay, there I'm seeing her picture, and you don't have to because you're not doing the drawing. Only I am. I am the artist. I will be drawing this lady. So anyway, yeah, that's the deal. She does have this history, and everyone thought it would be fine, I guess. I don't know. Problems with self harm and the like. And said this was a recurring dream, I believe. And decided to tell a friend or coworker or something. I don't know. But she had made a list of the coworkers that she just didn't particularly care for, uh, and had a plan that she was going to look for someone who looked like her, assume their identity, and I can't remember if she said she'd kill them too. Uh, disguise herself as this person who looks like her. um, and then commit the crime and then end it. Well, somebody decided, the person she confided to about this said, yeah, I'd better not just keep that to myself. And well, there you go. She's being held. But she'll probably be institutionalized, because one of the things about the article, there's the threat, and that she says she's obsessing about this. But I didn't see anywhere in there where she had the wherewithal to do any of it. Most notably, does she possess weapons? To pull off this homicidal fantasy, because if you don't, it's not really going to happen. But she was obsessing about it, and they feel, oh, that's disturbing enough on its own. Plus her history of hurting herself and stuff like that. So at the very least, they thought they should act on that. And that's probably true. But I don't know. Perhaps just didn't like her job, Imagine that. Not liking your job. Oh, my goodness. Wouldn't that be terrible? um, but apparently not so much the job as her co-workers that she didn't like. So much she didn't like that she dreamed about them obsessively. Yes. And the dreams always turned violent. And she thought, you know what? Everyone wants their dreams to come true. And so I guess she turned to what she thought was her one confidant, I suppose, to share her, her plans. And damn it all, it's the one confidant. But of course, it was for the best. So, you know, but you know, maybe she can get the help she needs. I mean, I know our work can be frustrating and aggravating and all that, but I mean, good Lord, you can always quit. Do you ever think of that? And I mean, she's only 20 years old, so uh, it's not. I mean, I don't know how much of a work history she would already have. Can't be too much. Or hey, does she one of these that just quits all the time, you know? And so prospective employers are like, you're not very reliable. They've already developed that, you know. Well, that's one of the reasons why you just don't want to quit within the first week, you know, that sort of thing. But here, you know, could just chalk it up to, you know, something and then go ahead and just quit rather than indulge fantasies of mass murder. This is why do crazy people always jump to that? There's so many options. Well, not for Keelin. And yes, that is how the name is spelled. Keelin. Two E's, Lin. And I don't know. But you never know. I mean, while inside, she might discover a new hobby and it becomes her whole life and stuff like that. And this was the moment where her whole life changed and she discovered her true calling. Could be. I mean, don't hold your breath or anything, but it's possible, isn't it? You know, I think we hear about the bad stuff so much. We never hear about the good. Almost never. And that's distressing. Here's a little trick because of, I don't know how my brain is warped or whatever, but all the drawings go this direction, you know? And from where my position of drawing it, I just assumed that, no, it's fine. It's actually rounded, but it's not. Of course, maybe it's revealing a deeper truth of some sort of mental deficiency, a warping of the mind. I guess that kind of corrects it. I don't know. Need one of my circular templates. But I'm not doing that. Now, yes, there is something a little off with her eyes. One's kind of lazy. And just, it's like half of her is like, well, screwed up again, you know, and the other half is like, this is the crazy eye. It's like, I'm not happy about this. And, you know, that kind of thing. But the other half is like, oh, You have the light side and the dark side, always in conflict, and that sort of thing. Uh, but in her case, it's the angry, homicidal side, and then the kind of lazy side. Just sort of like, well, but perhaps, just perhaps, somewhere deep down, she turned to that friend to save her. But please stop me before I do this. You just go with that. That's what it is. And you know what, Keelan? You did the right thing by talking to your friend. I know. You might be upset and feel kind of betrayed. And I mean, obviously, you feel betrayed by life in general anyway. But in this instance, it was for your own good. I'm not going to say it's going to hurt your pal more than it hurts you, because you're going to be dealing with a lot of inconvenient crap now. But uh, but in the end, it was for the best. And, no one's going to say, well, she did what she had to do. No, it never goes that way with one of these people who go up and shoot up the workplace. So that's Keelan. That's her story. But does it have to be her complete story? Can there be a moment of discovery? A new dream for Keelan. One that, if it comes true, won't hurt anyone. It'll make everyone involved in the lives she touches happy. Oh, so happy. Of course, happiness is fleeting and you will be miserable again at some point, but everyone has a bad day. You don't have to lose your shit because you woke up feeling bad. And then they got to take it out on the whole world like it's all about you. But sometimes you just need your moment to cry. Yeah. And you can say, and that's okay. That's okay. Well, to a point, I mean, after a while, it's like you need to stop indulging that shit. You know? What's the matter with you? You can act like a well, all right. You can act like a human being. I guess in this case, you can act like a woman. I mean, well. So, but once she gets out, I don't know if she'll be able to continue employment at Walmart. You know, it's like, hey guys, come on, I was only kidding. Maybe that would smooth it over. I don't know. She's got her hair jet black. I said she was hurting herself. My guess is a cutter. You know, but Bingo Jed left the light on. And you know what that means. It means this is where you have to stay. Yeah. Just don't let it take you too far away. I wonder how that even starts. I mean, were they sitting in the break room and she said, "Hey, uh, I've been having like the same dream over and over." Yeah, sometimes that happens. Right, right, right. But this one is like, well, I go to work, and of course, I bring a gun, and then it just gun all you guys down. Oh, and I mean, this is almost every night I dream this. Uh huh. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know. I just can't stop thinking about it. Uh, well, and I got time off coming up, and thinking about just acting out the dream, on your day off. Right, right. That'll because I got an idea. This happened in the dream too, where I'm going to impersonate somebody who just happens to look just like me. Okay, so that you can get away with it and blame someone else. Kind of, sort of, but I intend to end it all at the end of the shooting. Well, then why are you bothering to look? See, this is what I'm talking about. People keep questioning everything I do. It's damned annoying. And I, I think my dreams have shown me the way. See, it probably went something like that. And then it's like, well, I don't want to be too obvious that I'm completely freaked out about this. She could be dangerous. I think I'll wait till she's finished with her Coke and bag of chips and goes back to her shift. And then I'm going to run as fast as I can and get a manager. And, things unfolded there. And that's how that works. Now, the animated sport, suppose her defense was just full of crap. I mean, and then, but she does it. That girl was always jealous of me. She never liked me, all that sort of stuff. And it goes on and on ad nauseum about her. Like, she's been spying on her outside her bedroom window and stuff. Okay. All right. See, it's kind of easy sometimes for a sane person to pretend to be crazy. But an actual crazy person, they're not very good at pretending to be sane. Which is the odd thing about insanity. Because when you're sane, you're not in it. But when you're insane, you're in it. Weird, huh? All right. There she is. Employee of the year. Oh, 2 comments. Okay. Well, Nodak, hit the like button. That's right. Joe Lamont. Hello. Just jumped in here for a bit. Well, thank you, Joe. Nice of you to stop by. I drew a picture of a crazy woman. There she is. Wow. I got to erase all the pencil out. But from this view, you don't see it at all. Well, trust me, it's there. So I got to get rid of it. And I started a little too soon. Some of the ink kind of smeared. But look, I'm not smearing anybody. I mean, this is the police report and everything. Maybe it was just all a misunderstanding. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. But this is the better outcome for everybody, you know? I mean, it's best that it didn't happen. You know? Oops. Oh, well. You have to know when to walk away and leave it alone. It's a complete dreaming. All right. There she is. So now I'll put it into the Photoshop. In the meantime, you can watch this police video of some drunken girl from Hooters. It's kind of long, though. I don't know if it'll finish by the time I get back. But she decides to flirt with the officer and trying to get out of the arrest. And it's all sweet and cute and stuff. So here, I'll just hit the play button.
Just across the street?
I have to pee really bad.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to have to hang out. Unfortunately, there's no places to be.
Yeah, she's got to hold it for the entirety of the video.
Where is across the street?
Cross it.
Golf Gate, Tipsy Turvy.
Golf Gate?
Tipsy Turvy.
Tipsy Turvy. Is that a bar? Excuse me, down at Golf Gate?
Oh!
Sorry, I was drinking a fizzy drink.
What were you drinking? Sir?
Celsius.
Fizzy drink?
Yeah.
And it's a Celsius.
Yeah.
You swear?
Pinky.
You swear.
Pinky? Here, why don't we get out of the road?
You were drinking a fizzy drink.
Pinky.
Come on.
Hey,
Yes.
you were drinking a fizzy drink.
Well,
Oh!
You all right?
Yes, I just want to counter you.
Counter me? I think you're trying to counter you.
Hey, you were drinking a fizzy drink. You were drinking a fizzy drink.
Yeah.
Are you going to try me?
A fizzy drink has in a Celsius, because I need energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
Me too, bro.
Dinnery.
Okay.
I just got off work.
Aw.
Do you work at Hooters?
Yes, I do.
Okay. But then you went to Hooters and then
I went to
the
Hooters
Tipsy
and
Turvy.
then I went to Golf Gate.
Do you work at the Hooters down in Golf Gate?
I do.
Okay.
There you go.
Caught me, red flag.
You what?
Red flag, caught me.
Okay. Well, what's your first name?
Sophia.
Sophia. My name is
Sophia.
Nick, I have to pee.
Nick, and I'm going to be honest.
Nick, I have to pee.
It seems like you are under the influence of something.
Oh my god.
No, she just has to pee.
Now, unfortunately, in situations like this, we are going to investigate a DUI.
I am...
Oh,
Would you be
no.
willing to participate in the couple?
No.
You don't want to participate in
No.
exercises.
I'm literally drinking and I'm not gonna drive. I'm not gonna drive.
But you were already driving.
I am-
No problem.
Well, just
I was
sneeze
not.
right now.
No, it wasn't. No, I was not.
I stopped you in the middle of the road.
No, you didn't. No, you did not.
Look at the cars.
No, you did not.
Where do you think you are right now?
I am in Golf Gate.
No.
You
You're
didn't,
miles from Golf Gate.
you did not stop me in front of Golf Gate.
We
You
did
didn't.
not. You were correct.
That's what I'm saying.
So look, I want you to turn
Hey,
around.
it's not fair. You did not stop me in front of Golf Gate.
Sophia.
I-
I am investigating a DUI, and I would like if you would participate in a couple standard field sobriety exercises to determine if
Not
you're able
gonna-
to drive home.
I am not gonna drive home.
Okay. Well, in that case, we could at least pull your car over, but if you would be willing to participate in those exercises,
Do you want me to call AAA? Like, I have to pee.
I know. But right now, you're not going to be able to pee. I'm sorry.
That's the important thing. She has to
You're not going to
pee.
be able to right this second.
Can I go inside? Please.
Where?
Right there, please.
This is a church. That's not open.
I don't want to pee in front of everybody.
You're not going to
Church.
pee
Please.
right now.
I don't want to pee in front of anybody. Please. I don't want to pee in front of
You're
everybody.
not going to be able to pee right now. There's nowhere to pee, unfortunately. Would you be willing to participate in those exercises?
No.
And why is that?
Because.
Well, if you don't participate in those exercises, I have to make my determination on a driving.
Those guys, reckless driving, you're not going to arrest them.
Well, I'm dealing with you right
no.
now, unfortunately.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Me? Instead of those guys, reckless driving,
Yeah.
you're going to deal with me.
So hold on. If you do not participate in some of those exercises, then I have to make my determination on a DUI charge based off of what I've seen so far. And it seems like, there's quite a few signs that you're under the influence.
I am under the influence, but I did not drive. Swear to God.
Good Lord. Will she take the test? No. Will she get arrested? Yes. But maybe we'll rejoin that at a later time. But anyway, she's really charming, isn't she? Yeah. Speaking of charm, there we go. Oh, wait. We don't need the camera no more. Yeah. All right. So here she is in her mugshot. So, I wonder how will this translate? It's all pink. Yeah, that's too pink. Let's see. Can I maybe here? Right on the tip of her nose. No, it's still too pink. Let's see if there's kinda. Oh, wow, it's really up there. Yeah, none of that's gonna work. No. All right. Let's go for the old standby, but rather pale. I'll say that. Ears, neck, other ear. And that color. Her eyes are blue. One's wide, the other lazy. But that's okay. It's probably been a long day. At least half the way. Maybe a little lighter. There we go. All right. And yeah, she did dye the hair black, so I don't know. Maybe this could go. Well, that's supposed to be the hair back, yeah. Here. And right there. So I don't know if Keelin will seek employment at Hooters after this, because Walmart's probably not happy with her plans, So, but, well, she wasn't drinking, so of course that doesn't really, the obvious mental illness, that's the way out. It was a cry for help. And I'm sure the attorney will say, yeah, let's go with that. And of course, the problem with actual crazy people usually is it's not me, it's everyone else, you know. So, but I don't know. You think she'd be one of the ones that would freak out, fire the court-appointed attorney, and stuff like that? Uh, because then, if the court rules, well, you're really incompetent, so I'm appointing this, uh, advocate for you, and that's that. Well, then you've already declared her incompetent, and she can't stand trial at that point, really. So then you might as well just go ahead and accept the case the attorney made. And look, she's nuts. She's not in control of herself and can't be held responsible for her actions, or rather, her conspiracy to commit certain actions. And there you go. Case closed. So then, well, you got to go to the psych ward and hang out there for a while, which I think she's already been there a time or two. But maybe this time, and then that'll work out. Probably not, but hope springs eternal. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Oh, yeah, the shirt. Well, we could probably go ahead and take that from there. That might work. Good enough. It's probably more blue than purple, but she gonna be wearing purple in my drawing. Yeah, you wearing purple. So I don't know. What do you think happened? Just can't deal with you're not a child anymore, that kind of thing. Adulting is hard. It's it, the fact that it's hard is what makes it so frightening. Yeah, could be really traumatic. And I'm like, what do I do? Well, don't indulge homicidal fantasies, But I have to cope, and I don't know any other way other than that. Yeah. Well, look on the bright side, Keelin. I mean, how many portraits of you have there been? I mean, if there's a lot, I guess. No, never mind. But if not, well, you've got one now, and that's one more than you had before. Hey, who's gonna root for Keelin here? Huh? Come on, give her a shot. She might come out a winner on all of that. I'm kidding, of course, but who knows? Sometimes jokes come true. But so far in this story, she has not blamed any men. So, there is that. I don't know how many of the co-workers she wanted to shoot were male, though. I mean, something to consider, I suppose. But there again, it's like I said, I don't know that they established that she possessed any weapons. So, um, but still, the fears of mental incompetence and all that sort of thing could go to her being committed. But serious prison time and all that, probably unlikely. And it's like, oh, come on, she didn't mean it. And that'll probably be enough. And the lawyer said, look, could you get teary eyed and cry in court? Uh, Trust me, that'll go a long way. And if she takes the advice of counsel, probably be all right. And this little bit of nastiness, we can all laugh about it later. I mean, maybe not at Walmart, but whatever friends and family still wants to stand by you after all this. Later, hey, remember that time you wanted to shoot up the Walmart? Oh yeah. That was crazy. I mean, Wilder. How do I put it? Was crazy. Man, I made her forehead really huge. Yeah. Damn. Kind of screwed this one up. But it'll have to do, It'll have to do. Oops. What did I do that for? Oh, look at that. Weird, huh? I didn't want to do that. There it is. Well, you hit the wrong thing and it changes the whole outlook of the picture. You gotta pay attention. Gotta pay attention to what you're doing. And you know what? I wasn't. That's the lesson. It sure is. There we go. We'll try to lessen that sort of violent tint to it all. Yeah. All right. Keelin. Da-da-da. Yeah, I really messed this up. I'm tempted to do it all over. I just don't have the time. Oh, well, I apologize, but these things do happen. even to me. Joe Lamont, have to go to bed. The drawing and analysis of the would-be shooter was interesting. Very artistic moment. Not only the drawing itself, but the analysis. Have a nice night. You too, Joe. Thanks for coming by. Joe Lamont, I'll watch the rest later. I hope so. So, you're probably already gone, so at least you'll see that I did take your commentary into consideration. Yes. Anyway, thanks for watching what little you did. Nodak123, hey Doug, did you see the newest Venom movie? Oh yeah, I forgot all about it. No, I didn't see it. I did, and it was terrible. But I knew it was going to be. Yeah. That first Venom was just some weird fluke when it came to those Sony movies, those Sony Spider-Man movies with no Spider-Man. I never did see Morbius either. I was going to. And that one, it was like, look, basically, you're just doing a vampire movie. Just do that. Yeah. But Venom, they kept it pretty basic, and they did that Venom story. And then the second one, with, damn it, why am I? Woody Harrelson, yeah, playing Carnage. And the elements were there where, they could have had an okay movie or something out of that, but then it just went off the wall. And all of a sudden, like the Carnage's crazy girlfriend who just loved to murder people and stuff, all of a sudden she grows a conscience at the end. It's just stupid. And so God only knows what the third one was like. I mean, but yeah, the whole thing was pretty much over at that point. And I don't think anyone bothered with that Craven movie. Just the description alone was terrible. Oh, Madam Web, that was really stupid. And if they had had Sydney Sweeney in the Spider-Woman outfit, that alone could have saved it. But apparently she's only in it for like 5 seconds in a dream sequence. Idiots. You couldn't even get that right. So it's over. They just, all they got to do is just let the MCU Spider-Man be Spider-Man and cash the check, That's less costly. Nodak123, the best thing about the new Venom movie is that it lets you know that it's going to be bad in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Yeah, but by then, I guess if you went and paid for a ticket and watched it in the theater, then, or if you rented it, whatever, you're already invested. If you didn't, if it's just on whatever streaming service that you already paid for, look, what roundabout way you paid for it, and it's like, oh damn it, this is going to be crap. They still got you. Nodak123, it doesn't try to trick you and be a half good movie. Well, like Venom 2, right? Or I can't even say half. Bits and pieces. Once Venom is missing a cocktail behind a bar and sings the tequila song, part of the song, tequila, yeah. You're in for a stinker. That's almost always the case. And I know. The funny, weird alien character starts singing. Anyway, Nodak123, oops, spoiler alert. Yeah, I didn't know he sang that song. Now it's all ruined. Nodak123, her head is the shape of a thumb. Her actual head? Yeah, I really distorted this in the drawing. I think I kind of sort of got that's a totally different lady. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to forget about it 5 minutes after I'm done here, but but still right now it's like, God damn it. Oh, that's no good. Nodak123, it's on Netflix. Well, there you go. See, you got a subscription to Netflix. So your money went to their ability to pay the license fee for Venom 3. See? So you might as well watch it. You already paid for it. But then, have you watched everything on Netflix? I sure as hell haven't. But I paid for it. I'm an idiot. No, deck 1, 2, 3. There was a venom horse, fish, and a frog. I knew about the horse because, that was in the trailer. A fish and a frog. Did it eat flies and then all the flies became venom flies? I don't really care what the fish did. No, deck 1, 2, 3. Oh, and there is, well, of course, there's a dance number. They were singing. Did they sing to the tequilas? Oh, no. I mean, dance to the tequilas. No, deck 1, 2, 3. Oh, to Dancing Queen. Are they communicating something about Mr. Hardy? Yeah. So anyway, there you go. We're all caught up on Venom. See, that's the problem, is like the whole superhero movie era. People say, well, it's superhero fatigue because there's so many. There's just so many bad ones, And the reason superhero movies became dominant is because everything else collapsed. In the woke era, it's impossible to do comedies. Usually things you can depend on, for the most part, for movies was horror movies, which you can do a pretty damn good horror movie and you can do it very cheap. You can spend a lot of money on it too, but why risk it? And then there's the comedies, and some of those can be done kind of cheap. I mean, if you got a star in it, it's going to be expensive. And depending on what the whole scenario is and locations and all that stuff. But if you got a funny idea, they're going to do their gags and whatnot, you're pretty solid on that. But comedies were typically pretty solid too. And a lot of them were just dumb stuff about, college kids getting drunk and stuff like that. Man, I'm wasted. Tune in for Wasted 3. And then you would come in and you watch it, and it'd make some money. That's the main thing. It didn't have to necessarily be all that great. But you can't do that because a lot of humor is at someone's expense, and then that's problematic. And everyone got scared, and they all had to be apologetic about past jokes and stuff like that. And the one who didn't get the memo was left holding the bag, and you are canceled. Bum, 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 bum. And a cold chill spread across the terrain. And so can't do that. Now, the horror movies, for the most part, because they're all mostly independently produced and again, cheap, would keep going. And so you kind of that's what you had. You had some horror movies and the superheroes. But of course, the superheroes were just considered this action genre. And for a while, that's all it was. But then the woke virus came into play and a lot of it was people got interested in it because all of a sudden these things were just making so damn much money. And so people who never had any interest in that kind of crap ever, they started hiring feminist political documentary directors, stuff like that. And okay, you can film and edit together your documentary about some woman discovering everything is the fault of the patriarchy and that sort of thing. And put in your shots here and your artsy fartsy edits and whatnot. And okay, but that's entirely different when it's, what superheroes got to stop supervillain and all that. And you don't even want to do that. And you don't know how to choreograph action scenes and all that sort of stuff. And even though they would have to reshoot these things to death and have some man come in and actually direct the action scenes and stuff, all that kind of stuff, you just can't fix it because it was always a mess, and you see the results. And then the rest of it, always the stupid was always going to be a part of it. I mean, what Sony tried to do, it just wasn't possible. They kept teasing they were going to do Sinister Six, but with no Spider-Man, how, and they even mentioned Spider-Man in one of them, I think. And it's like, but how do you do that? See, I never did know what the deal was with Marvel and Sony. I mean, it's like they okayed it. They get a cut of the profits of their Spider-Man films, but they can't do one on their own, you know? And after that No Way Home movie, I thought everybody was liking Andrew Garfield suddenly because his actual Spider-Man movies weren't that great. The first one, but it's just a retread of the other one. And then the second one was pretty bad. But his performance was so good in that. And it was kind of like, well, just make him the Sony Spider-Man. You know? And then he can fight Venom and Morbius and all that, you know. But I guess they just couldn't do it. And then you say, hey, you're saturating the field, but I don't know, every other year or something, you get your turn to do a Spider-Man, and then the next summer or whatever will be the other Spider-Man. I don't know. But I guess not. So it was never meant to be, you know? It's just a mess, but what are you going to do? No Deck 1, 2, 3 again. Horror movies seem to be coming back. They're always going to seem like that, you know, because you'll get a few here that, especially when they break the mold of what had been, you know, you had your 80s era. You have your different eras of movies, of horror movies and stuff. And then for a while, you had the stupid torture porn ones that got really egregiously awful. And the only thing competing it was the found footage movies. And then finally, there was the era of like Conjuring and what was it, Insidious and all that, which is kind of mostly jump scares. Of course, all horror movies have jump scares. No matter what you do, it's going to be there. But also the overwhelming aspect of it was just spooky mood and atmospherics of it. And it kind of worked for a while, you know, but then it got tired and they were repetitive and they all looked the same because they pretty much were. Now you've had Smile and weird things like that Substance movie. That's a one-shot deal, I would think. Long Legs I haven't seen yet, so I'll have to check that out. So horror movies seem to be coming back. Long Legs was made for less than $10 million and made $126.9 million. Yeah, that's the thing. Yes, you know, and all this stuff with these major budgeted movies that lose 200, 300 million for the studio, you know, and then along comes some little movie here, some horror movie that more than, you know, several times over makes their money back. You know, that's a massive profit there for it. The Monkey has doubled its budget after 1 week of being out. Yeah, imagine that. You know, you got that crappy Captain America movie and then some little movie called The Monkey. What is that? A Stephen King story. And, you know, and that's the thing. It's the idea, the approach. Do you have an idea? And are you capable of capturing the audience's imagination with your premise and how it's dealt with? And it's all that cleverness. And if you can figure out how to do that on the cheap, which there are ways to do that, and especially with the horror genre, which is just that psychological element that you always need. And if you're able to capture that, you don't need so much, you know, an expensive monster or what have you. You just got to really capture that essence of fear and threat, you know. And once you've done that, and whatever the concept is, you know, it captures them for the moment. It's like Smile. I like the first one. The second one, I was okay with it, but it didn't really go any further. So I'm not sure what else you can do with it. There's a lot of smaller independent ones that were very interesting, very creepy ones. There was one about stop motion animation that I saw, and that one was really bizarre and disturbing and stuff like that. There's quite a few. Some, well, at least they tried. You know, there's some that I give them credit for that. But horror genre is always one to look to, and it's always like for people trying to break into filmmaking, it's probably the best genre to learn from, to just break in. You know, try to think of that concept, and with a little money, usually friends and family helping you out. If you have a property, if you have a house, there you go, haunted house movie. You know, that sort of thing. If you got someone with property with woods, you know, you can get your cast to get stuck in the woods being stalked by God knows what. And you know, you've got your movie pretty much already done, you know. And it's just if you're able to handle the framing and achieve atmospherics and whatnot, uh, you never know. This sort of thing can take off, you know. Then the problem then is now people think, well, you're some kind of new genius, and really, you know, well, I got lucky, you know. But a lot of the basic lessons of filming and whatnot. It's just one of those things that just it plays into that. You're crafting for an extreme emotion of fear, but I think that's a bit more. I don't know if easy, but it's more universal and able to understand it in totality of it to achieve that of just the basics of, well, we're at this place and something's off and oh God, we're probably all gonna die, you know, and that sort of thing, and you achieve that. And then other elements come to it. A lot of horror movies can be very hilarious, even though the overall aspect of it wouldn't intend to be. Sometimes they're not intended to be at all. A lot of the old B movies and stuff. Hey, we were trying to be scary. I know, but it's hilarious. And that sort of thing. But all the basic lessons of storytelling and whatnot can be learned in the horror genre. Plus all the gimmicks and whatnot about how to achieve a scene and stuff like that. Later on, even though it's a more quiet genre, if it's a romance or it's some quiet story about someone dealing with loss or something, or what have you, it's a couple going through a divorce and somehow they discover their true selves by the end. Sounds pretty like a yawn fest, but nevertheless, the techniques that you learned early on and framing for what the intent is comes into play even in that. So, horror, it's where the knowledge is, turns out. Yeah, yeah, scary goes a long way. Geez, I'm babbling trying to make it to a full hour. So, boy, Keelin here could have been a horror character, but, you know, she revealed her secrets. And in a way, she did the right thing. I don't think. Was she really intending to do any of this? Was she even really capable? If they don't really find any physical evidence to this, I think most of this, again, she ends up being committed, and that's about it. Man, it's really bothering me how I screwed that up. And you see, it's like the thing when I flipped it upside down to try to get the roundness of the head, which I still didn't achieve. It's also favoring one side of her face where the eye is really open. It's like that side of her head is squished in. That is just weird. I don't know. It's like sometimes I think I must have had a stroke or something. You know? Strokes are scary. You'd have no warning at all. And then suddenly, I don't know, half your body doesn't work. You might be blind. Yeah, you might be completely stupid and crazy. I don't know. And you could be dead, but I mean, really, depending on how bad the damage, I'd be better off at that point. But anyway, yay, we made it to an hour. All right. Thanks for those of you who stopped by to watch me draw this poor crazy woman. Thank God she didn't hurt anybody, and maybe she'll get the help she needs. And that'll be the deal. Oh, wait, I'm getting some more chat. No, 1, 2, 3. That's what Billy Squire was warning us about. Horror movies? warning us. Billy Squier. I mean, these days, all I ever think about Billy Squier is everyone talking about that really gay video he did that ruined his career. Oh, stroke. Oh, yes. That's what it was all about. All right. Thanks, Snowdack. That clears everything up. All right. Again, thanks for watching. I don't know when I might morning, but maybe Saturdays. And definitely, I tend to try to do the Sunday comics live, where I read a public domain comic live. That would be Sunday morning. And maybe I'll get to do that. I don't know, because tomorrow night I will be at work, at night. Another one. Kevin says, thanks, Doug. I joined late, so I don't know what you're talking about. A crazy woman, strokes, and horror movies. That's what I was talking about. But wanted to say hi. Have a good day. Well, you too, Kevin. Have a good day. All right. We'll do this again sometime, hopefully soon. Well, it was supposed to do it. Do it. Do it. Do. Boy, that's embarrassing. Why is it? Everything was going fine, and then it stopped. Maybe I'll hit that. Turn off. Stop the share. Are you happy with that now? Jeez. It won't play any of these? That's weird. I got it working a while back, and I was like, everything's great now. No, it's not. I thought you said goodbye. I did, but I can't play the... Does this work? Does it do that? Does it? No? I wonder what would happen if I refreshed it. Is it doing this crap again? It's not going to play the video. That's the dirt. I simply cannot have this. I simply cannot have this. I mean, I'm getting it. Let's see. I got to go all the way to my channel and play it. See? No, not that. Live. Hell, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, thanks. Good Lord. It doesn't let me review it or see it here. Yeah, but it's not working right like it's supposed to. Anyway, have a good night. Sorry for the technical problems.